Hi guys, so today I want to share with you my tips on how to live life to the fullest, eat what you want to a certain extent, and stay fit and healthy. A lot of people ask me, how do you eat really, really healthy all the time? Is that how you stay fit? And my answer to them is no. And a lot of my friends and family will tell you sometimes when I eat, they look at me and go, "You're a personal trainer," and it's not that it's necessarily like really greasy or super bad for you, but I'm not going to deprive myself. That's one thing that I've always said, because I do have a sugar tooth. I do like sweets, and I do every once in a while like to eat foods that I like to eat that may not be the best thing for you. But if you stick to an eating plan or a meal plan that someone gives you to lose weight, what happens when you lose all that weight and you no longer want to stick to that meal plan? You're going to go back to eating what you were eating. Hopefully not. Hopefully you've learned. But if you haven't, then what do? You either continue to stay on that same eating plan the whole time, or you go back to how you were and then you gain all the weight back that you just lost. And there's a lot of talk out there that it's 80-20 your diet, and then there's a lot of talk out there that it's 80-20 you must exercise. But I'm the type of person that I think it's 50-50. I have 3 little tips that I like to share with people when they are trying to lose weight and they're trying to get their eating under control. And the first one is portion control. The biggest trick that I have is that if you are eating a piece of meat or fish or any of that kind of stuff, make sure to keep it like 3 ounces, which would be the deck of a card. And if it's bigger than cards, then cut it in half and make it smaller. And then another thing I like to do, which is also because I have like a weird phobia of my food touching, is to make sure that there is space between your food. And you don't necessarily have to do that, and if you like your food touching, that's great, but you shouldn't have a huge heap of corn and then have your massive thing of potatoes that's overflowing onto your corn. If you have to stack your stuff on your plate, then you have a problem. So try to keep them in their little sections, and if they touch, that's fine. If they don't touch, I like it that way, just because, like I said, I don't like when my food touches each other, but that also helps me keep my portions under control. The next tip that I think is a great one is to make sure you're not eating in front of a distraction. So whether it's TV or anything that's going to keep you from thinking about what you're doing, don't do that. Because if you sit in front of the TV and eat your dinner, then you're going to be thinking about what you're watching instead of what you're eating. And you're going to eat everything that's on your plate because you're not thinking about it. Your body's not registering it that well. You're going to be full, and then like an hour later, you're going to want more food because you didn't sit down, think about what you're doing, and let your body really, really focus on that eating. It's same with snacking. If you tend to snack in front of the couch or sitting on the couch watching TV, you grab a bag of popcorn, before you know it, that whole bag is gone because it's just an action that you're doing instead of actually thinking, okay, I'm eating my whole dinner and my body's going to digest it, and I'm thinking about everything that's going into my body. And then the third tip that I like to tell people is add a lot of color to your food. And that doesn't mean eat a whole bunch of Skittles or, sweet candy or whatever. Because every time I post something about that, somebody comes back and posts a photo of Skittles and they're really colorful and rainbow. And that's not what I mean. I mean, if you're having a salad, then add some color to it. You don't want it to just be green, tomatoes, strawberries, raspberries, peppers, anything with a lot of color. Plus, it's going to bring a lot of flavor into your food, so your healthy meals aren't bland and they actually will taste good. And then you will enjoy eating them. Then your body's really going to enjoy eating them, and that will be something that continues to work towards your goals of eating healthy all the time. So my 3 tips were portion control, eating without distractions, and add a lot of color. And then one thing I want to tell people is that if you do, like to splurge once a week, go for it. I know that every time I go to Idaho Falls, there is a pizza place in town that I love to go called Papa Tom's. And if I know that it's going to be a Papa Tom's pizza night, I am very, very strict on what I eat throughout the day so I can have those extra calories for the pizza at dinner. And you know, it's that balance. It's that push and pull. And I'm not saying don't eat all day until you go to pizza, because then that would be horrible. But I mean, you're having a smoothie and you're having, you know, very nutritious things that might not be very high in calories, a salad for lunch without the meat, things that are going to keep you full but not cost you all your calories. And this is especially for those people that like to count those calories, and that really helps them stay on track. That way you can still eat a lot of food, because 2 cups of spinach is only 14 calories. So keep that in perspective when you're thinking like, oh, I'm not going to be able to eat. 2 cups of spinach is a very large salad. So think about that kind of thing before you do it. And I don't, when I do these videos for people, I know that you, or at least you think that I know everything about this, and I'm not a nutritionist, and I don't know a ton about calories. I tried to count calories for myself a long time ago, and it just didn't work for me, because I found myself getting defeated because I would have a Jolly Rancher and that was like 70 calories, and then it throws everything off. But I liked that sugar. Or I would even have, you know, a whole bunch of fruit, and it would still throw all my calories off because I'm eating too much sugar. And so I have found a pretty good balance, and that's what I'm trying to share with you guys, is that balance of being able to kind of eat what you want, but being smart about what you're putting in your body. And if you are having a day where you maybe went out for brunch and had Bloody Marys and Eggs Benedict, then you need to be smart throughout the rest of the day. But if you splurge one whole Sunday and you are out with your friends all day long and you didn't do the right thing, that's okay, because the week starts again on Monday, and you can really, really hone in on what you're doing and eating really, really healthy, because you shouldn't have to deprive yourself of anything that you want in order to look the way that you want. Because you know, if you do all these things and you finally get the body of your dreams, but you're not happy because you can't go out on Saturday night and have a cookie at the gourmet cookie place with your girlfriends after the movie, or you can't have a scoop of ice cream because you're so stuck on looking this way, that is not a way to live. And you know, I've had people do that before, and then they come back to me and go, well, now I'm not happy. I wasn't happy when I was overweight, and now I'm not happy when I'm really fit, because you didn't find that balance. So we have to find the balance in life, and we have to live it to the fullest and make sure that we are 100% happy. Remember to make smart choices, and you know, if you're not making a smart choice, remember to counteract that with a smart choice. Find that balance. And I will be back next week with another video. Happy Monday. Bye.